Hi everybody, welcome back to the Family Seesaw. So it's Saturday afternoon and I've just got back from collecting a click and collect order at Tesco's. A couple of reasons I used that this week. Caleb had a football match this morning. Oh my gosh, was it windy. I've never been out in such strong winds, I don't think, for sporting events. The ball was blowing everywhere. The kids were trying to battle against the wind, and along the sidelines it was really windy. But they won 2-1, so it was worth the putting up with the weather. It was a beautiful morning. It's lovely and sunny, but just that wind, oh my goodness. So the football game was just over an hour later kickoff. Usually we have games from 10 till just after 11. Today our kickoff wasn't until 11:15. So that sort of puts you, by the time we get home, to then go grocery shopping right in the middle of Saturday afternoon, which is a time slot I try to avoid at the grocery store. Really needed to shop today because we've got another busy day tomorrow. And then this afternoon we've got tickets to go see Lego Movie 2, which we've all been waiting for. We're big Lego fans in this family, both the bricks and the movies and Legoland. So really looking forward to that, and then we'll go out for dinner afterwards. But it did mean there wasn't a great time for grocery shopping this weekend. I looked online to see if I could get a delivery slot that worked, but because the timings for the weekend are a bit uncertain, I didn't want to book a slot and then us not be home. And so the backup option is click and collect. So I did that last night, picked up after football this morning. A big order this week, which is another reason, if I've got a big shop, I do try to do that as an online order, because I know it's going to be expensive anyway. And then if I'm in the store as well, I'm not tempted by wandering around and picking up things that I didn't really need and making the bill even bigger. So online shopping I always do if I've got a larger order. Today's came to £105. I did need quite a few things like cereal. We were getting low on, so I had to get a couple of those, some non-food items that we needed, and a few things that I would typically have in the cupboard, in the pantry, but had run out of, so had to just stock up on them. And a bit of variety for Caleb's lunchbox this week, and also bought a lot more fruit and veg. So I've been having salads this week for lunch, which I've actually quite enjoyed, but I'm trying to get a bit more fruit and veg, certainly into Caleb's plans when he has a packed lunch and things like that. So yeah, a bigger shop. But if you saw last week's haul, you'll see that I spent less than £50 last week. And so between the 2 weeks I've actually stuck to budget, and as long as I stay on budget for the rest of the month, I shouldn't be in too bad a position overall for the month. So I'll swing you around, show you what we got, and then at the end of the video, as always, I'll show you our plans for meals for the rest of this week. So there's the full haul. As you can see, quite a lot this week, so I was expecting it to be around £100. It was just over. I did have a coupon, I think £4 off my shop, so I got a little bit of it reduced. But a big stock up, and I needed meat for every day. I think this week I didn't have a lot left in the freezer. I need to do like a muscle food order or something like that, just to stock up on some of the basics. And as you can see, a lot more fruits and vegetables than we've been buying of late. So non-food items I bought this week. I needed some fabric conditioner, a couple of shower gels. So I got the coconut one and the milk and honey one from Palmolive, and then a couple of hand soaps. I always like to keep kind of 2 or 3 of these in the cupboard in the bathroom, so I always know we've got some and don't completely run out. Frozen items, I just got the Farmhouse mixed vegetables and a carton of vanilla ice cream. I did have the ice cream cones for Caleb on my order, but they were out and there wasn't a suitable replacement, so I'm not really sure why. They could have put any kind of cones, I guess, but I'm not sure what's going on with strawberry cones. The last 3 or 4 weeks there haven't been any, so I'll go and look in a different store sometime while I'm out during the week and just see if I can find some somewhere else. Some greaseproof paper. Cereal, I got some Weetabix Crispy Minis. Caleb likes these, but he also likes to eat them dry, as crunchy little chocolate chip bites, so sometimes has some of those in his lunchbox or for his morning snack at school. So that's one of his favourites. And then I wanted some shredded wheat. Breads, we've got a small loaf of the Kingsmill 50/50. We do still have some left from last week, and there's not a lot of sandwiches on the menu this week. So I've started with Caleb, giving him a list to choose what he wants for lunch when he takes a packed lunch. That way I can shop for things that I know he's going to want, and he's chosen it, so therefore he can't say it was something he didn't want. And he hasn't chosen a sandwich for any of the 3 days this week, so I've just got a small loaf. Got some thin bagels and some mini tortilla wraps, a bag of the grated, just regular mild cheddar, some lard and some margarine. I'm doing a little bit of baking this weekend. I don't use a lot of lard, but there are certain things that I think just a little bit of the fat combination between marg and lard gives a better result. Sour cream and chive dip. Caleb asked for this to have as a dip in his packed lunch a couple of days this week. Some coleslaw, which I like with my salad. Meat wise for lunches, we've got some roast beef slices and some honey roast ham, a big pot of the natural low fat yogurt, a box of these smoothies for kids. This is the orange, mango and pineapple. Caleb likes these, again, either as a breakfast at the weekend before he goes to play sport, or as something to put in a lunchbox. Our regular apple juice and green top semi-skim milk. A little Lunchable kit. So on the weeks that he has 3 packed lunches, I do let him have one of these one of the days if he wants it. So he chose that this week. A little tube of pink food colouring. Some of these Go-Go Squeeze fruit snacks. So these are just squeezy pouches of fruit. This is apple and strawberry. Again, makes a good lunchbox item. Some fruit shoots, the orange ones. These were reduced at Tesco this week. Sometimes I buy the Tesco own brand or the store own brand, but these were reduced to like 94p for 4. So I got the regular fruit shoot ones. Some of the reduced salt soy sauce, a bottle of white wine vinegar, a dozen eggs, some boil in the bag rice. I do usually cook rice just the normal way, but I find if it's just me and Tony, just this portioned out rice is ideal for us. It always turns out perfectly every time, so it's suitable, and we do need rice one day this week, and I think that will be fine for it. Some rapeseed oil. I do try to keep a few different types of oil. I always have olive oil, always have some sunflower or vegetable oil, and then the rapeseed oil I like for general use. A bottle of the low-fat honey and mustard dressing, a big can of sweet corn, some coconut milk, some cocoa powder, smoked paprika, self-raising flour, red kidney beans, some chicken cup of soup. I like to keep a box of cup of soup in my desk at work. If I don't have time for a proper lunch, or a meeting runs over and it feels like it's too late to eat a proper lunch, I will have this just so that I've had something. Some black-eyed beans. In the States they're called black-eyed peas, which is where the name of the group with will.i.am comes from. But here we, for some reason, call them black-eyed beans. Just a couple of little sweeties. I got 2 of the Flumps marshmallows and 4 little bags of Haribo. They were like 6 things for 60p, so they were like 10p each. Caleb's still got some Christmas sweets left, so I didn't want to put too much in there. He asked if he could have some milk in his lunch this week at some point. So I got some Happy Monkey milkshake. This is shelf-stable milkshake. I can put it in the fridge the night before so it gets nice and cold, but it's safe to put in the lunchbox. It won't go nasty. And this is the strawberry version. On to treats. I got some blue ribbon bars, some jam and cream biscuits, some milk chocolate digestives, some milk chocolate rice cakes, some cheese thins, and Caleb asked if he could have some mini breadsticks in his lunchboxes this week rather than crisps, so that's also why he wanted the dip. So got those for him for something different for the lunchbox. On to meats. I got 2 packs of these, one just the regular breaded chicken goujons, and the other was the hot and spicy chicken mini fillets. We are having this as a simple supper one night next weekend, I think, or at the end of the week, and so Tony will have the hot and spicy ones, and Caleb and I will have the regular ones. A large whole chicken for roast dinner tomorrow, some thigh fillets, a pack of again I got this split pack of 6 breasts, Really liked these last time we had them because I was able to split them and put one in the freezer and use one. Again, the recipe I'm using chicken for this week is using chopped chicken, diced up chicken, so half of this pack will be fine for that, and then I've got the other half in the freezer. A package of turkey mince and some turkey steaks. Then on to fruits and vegetables. I got 2 bags of sweet potatoes. I'm using sweet potatoes twice this week, so 2 bags of those. A bag of the regular white potatoes, a big piece of ginger, some of the sweet and fiery baby beetroot. I've had these on my salads this week. Absolutely love these. Some mini carrots. Again, Caleb asked if he could have some of these in his lunchbox, so that will go with the dip as well. Some red onions, a green pepper, a head of broccoli, a bag of pears, some of the romaine hearts, which are my favourite lettuce, another carton of the plums. The ones we bought last week were actually quite nice, so I've got those. Strawberries, seedless grape selection, so this is the ones that have the red and the green grapes in. A pack of raspberries, a fresh pineapple, some salad tomatoes, some Granny Smith apples. I'm going to make an apple pudding for dessert tomorrow, so it's like apples at the bottom with sponge pudding on the top. So I'm making that tomorrow, so I've got Granny Smith apples for that. You can use cooking apples, but I find the Granny Smiths are great for that sort of thing. A bag of kiwis. Again, Caleb asked if he could have kiwi in his lunchbox. 1 avocado, 2 limes, some sweet easy peelers, a pack of green chilies, and 3 red peppers. So that was it. Quite a lot of food, but will stock us up on a few things for a while and give us lots of healthy fruit and veg options for this week. So the menu, Monday night we're going to have spicy sweet potato cottage pie. So the filling, for a cottage pie filling with the mince, just spiced up a little bit compared to the usual filling, and then a sweet potato mash over the top. And we'll have that with some broccoli. Tuesday, ginger and lime chicken, just marinated really in a ginger, grated ginger and some lime, whole chicken breasts, and then just grilled or done in the pan. And we'll have that with the rest of the sweet potato mash and vegetables. Wednesday will be Cajun turkey steaks with rice and beans, and I'm going to make like a pineapple salsa to have with that. Thursday, Filipino sweet and sour chicken with rice. Now, the sweet and sour chicken Filipino style is not like the normal sweet and sour chicken you'd get from the Chinese. It's more like a stew. Doesn't have pineapple in it or anything like that. I'll try to show the full recipe for that when I make that later in the week. So if you tune in for our meals of the week, that will be the first day of next week's meals of the week. Friday, as I mentioned, we're going to have chicken goujons with baked potatoes and some salad. Saturday, one of Caleb's favourite meals is the sausage rice pot. I've shown that before. It's just chipolata sausages cooked up in small slices and then cooked up with some vegetables, rice, some seasonings, and then you make an omelette style egg, really thin, almost like a crepe out of egg, and slice that up and stir it through. Caleb loves that, so that's for next Saturday. And then next Sunday, instead of a roast, we're going to have fruity pork steaks with mash and veg, and that's really just pork steaks cooked with some apples, maybe even some plums in there as well, just to give it that kind of autumny, wintry fruits flavour, and we'll have that with mash and veg. So that's our meal plan for the week ahead. Thank you for joining us, and thank you to those of you that have subscribed recently. When you post your first video on YouTube, you think, will anybody really watch it? And we're now up to, I think it's 20-ish subscribers. And that just really makes us smile, because 20 of you have decided that you'd like to follow us along and see what sort of meals we're eating, what sort of things we're buying at the store. So thank you for that. If you haven't subscribed, then please do consider it. And if you like this type of video, then please give us a thumbs up, and we know we will continue to make them and post them. But have a great week, and we'll see you back soon on the Seesaw.